Video opens with a surreal, cinematic visual. A vast, empty chessboard stretches to the horizon under a twilight sky with two suns. A lone figure in a featureless mask walks slowly across the board, their movements stiff, as if pulled by invisible strings. The camera pushes in on their face, and we see their eyes are closed. They are sleepwalking. Voiceover. ## Phase 1. The hook there is a feeling, a quiet hum beneath the noise of your daily life. It is the suspicion that you are a ghost at the banquet of your own existence. You perform the rituals, you speak the lines, but the one who is supposed to be living your life is absent. This phantom state, this unconscious drift through the days and years, is a condition we will call the somnambulist's drift. It is the subtle, creeping horror of a life lived on autopilot. But what if I told you there is a way to awaken? Not just from your bed in the morning, but to awaken inside the very architecture of your mind. By the end of our session today, you will possess a set of keys. Keys that unlock the door to your own subconscious, allowing you to step through and become the conscious architect of your inner world. The practice is called lucid dreaming, and it will change the way you see everything, both asleep and awake. ## Phase 2. The problem, you feel it, don't you? The drift. It's that moment you arrive at your destination but cannot recall a single detail of the journey. Your body was present, but your consciousness was elsewhere, lost in a fog of anxieties and daydreams. It's the familiar sting of an argument with someone you love, where you hear words leave your mouth, harsh, defensive, automatic. Words a stranger seems to be speaking for you. You are merely the puppet, and the tangled strings of your past are the puppeteer. Think of yesterday. You sat down, perhaps to work, or to read, or to simply be still. You blinked, and an hour had vanished into the digital abyss of a glowing screen. An hour of your one, finite life, traded for a cascade of fleeting images and manufactured outrage. You did not choose this. You drifted into it. The current was simply stronger than your will to swim. This is the insidious nature of the somnambulist's drift. The hidden cost is not merely a loss of time, it is a slow and steady erosion of the self. Each moment you live on autopilot, you reinforce the belief that you are not in control. You become a collection of reactions, a bundle of conditioned reflexes masquerading as a personality. The pain of this is a quiet one, a dull ache of inauthenticity. But its ultimate consequence is the most profound tragedy of all: to reach the end of your life and realize, with chilling clarity, that you were never truly awake for it. You played your part, but you, the true you, were asleep backstage the entire time. ## Phase 3. The solution to break this spell: we must travel to the very source of our subconscious programming. We must descend into the theater where the scripts of our lives are written, rehearsed, and stored. We must go to sleep. For centuries, we have viewed dreams as chaotic, meaningless cinema projected onto the back of our eyelids. But the great psychoanalytic pioneers, the deep-sea explorers of the human mind, understood the truth. Dreams are not meaningless. They are the language of the unconscious. They are a nightly report from the vast, hidden continent that lies within you, filled with forgotten memories, suppressed desires, and archetypal wisdom. The solution to the somnambulist's drift is to learn this language. And the key, the Rosetta Stone for translating this symbolic tongue, is the phenomenon of lucid dreaming. A lucid dream is a dream in which you know you are dreaming. It is the moment the actor on the stage suddenly realizes they are in a play. The script is still there, the other actors are still playing their parts, the scenery is still convincing, but a new element has been introduced: consciousness. Awareness. The dreamer awakens within the dream. This is more than a novel experience. It is a profound form of psychological training. It is a gymnasium for the soul. To understand its power, we must grasp its three core principles. First, is the principle of recognition. This is the spark of lucidity itself. It is a moment of radical doubt. Amidst the bizarre and illogical landscape of a dream, a part of your mind stirs and asks the forbidden question: is this real? This act of questioning the nature of your reality, of refusing to passively accept the narrative presented to you, is the first and most crucial step. In waking life, this translates to the practice of questioning your automatic thoughts. When the familiar wave of anxiety or anger or despair rises, you learn to pause and ask, is this thought real? Or is it just a phantom from an old dream? Second, is the principle of stabilization. The moment you become lucid, the dream world often becomes unstable. The image flickers, the ground dissolves, the excitement of the discovery threatens to wake you up. To remain in this state, you must ground yourself. You must find an anchor in the storm. Lucid dreamers learn to do this by focusing their senses within the dream, rubbing their hands together, spinning in place, or speaking aloud. This is a direct training in emotional regulation. When the chaos of waking life threatens to overwhelm you, you will have practiced, night after night, the art of finding your center, of remaining calm and aware amidst the maelstrom of your own psyche. And third, is the principle of interaction. Once you are stable and lucid, you are no longer a passive victim of the dream's narrative. You are an active participant. This is not about control, a foolish attempt of the ego to dominate the vast ocean of the unconscious. It is about co-creation. You can interact with the figures in your dream. You can ask them questions. You can face the monsters that pursue you not with fear, but with curiosity. You can choose to fly over the mountains instead of cowering in the valley. This is the practice of conscious choice. It is the rehearsal for a life where you are not simply reacting to external events, but actively shaping your reality through the power of your intention and your response. Imagine your psyche as a vast, ancient ocean. Most of us live our lives as castaways, clinging to a small raft on the surface, tossed about by the waves of emotion and the deep, unseen currents of our complexes and traumas. A normal dream is like falling into that water at night, thrashing about in the darkness, at the mercy of whatever lurks below. A lucid dream is like being given a diver's helmet and a powerful lamp. Suddenly, you can breathe. You can see. You descend into the depths and discover it is not a terrifying void, but a world of breathtaking complexity and beauty. You see the currents for what they are. You encounter the strange, symbolic creatures of your inner world, the archetypes, and you can learn from them. You are no longer a castaway. You are an explorer. And the map you create in that world at night becomes your guide for navigating the ocean of your life by day. Phase 4. The application. This is not a theoretical exercise. Becoming the architect of your inner world is a skill, and like any skill, it requires practice. It requires a discipline of consciousness. Here are 4 foundational techniques, gateways to the lucid state. I urge you to begin practicing them tonight. Step 1. The reality check ritual. Your dreaming mind is a master of imitation. It creates a simulation of reality so convincing that you are completely fooled, night after night. To break this illusion, you must build a habit of questioning reality when you are awake. The goal is to make this habit so automatic that it carries over into your dreams. Here is the ritual. At least 10 times a day, stop what you are doing. Pick specific moments, every time you walk through a doorway, every time you check your phone, every time you take a drink of water. In that moment, ask yourself, with genuine curiosity, am I dreaming? Do not answer immediately. Instead, perform a test. Try to push the index finger of your right hand through the palm of your left. In waking life, it will be met with resistance. In a dream, it will often pass right through. Next, look closely at your hands. In dreams, they frequently appear distorted, with extra fingers or shifting patterns. Finally, find a piece of text, a sign, a book, the time on a digital clock. Read it carefully. Look away for a moment, then look back. In a dream, the text will almost certainly have changed, scrambled into nonsense or different words entirely. Perform these checks with diligent intention. You are training your mind to become a detective of reality. One night, in the midst of a dream, you will perform this check out of sheer habit, and the results will shatter your world. You will awaken. Step 2. The Dream Journal Oracle. Your dreams are speaking to you every night, but their language is fleeting, like mist in the morning sun. To learn that language, you must capture it. You must become a scribe for your own soul. Place a journal and a pen by your bed. The very moment you wake up, before you move, before you check your phone, before the logic of the day rushes in, write down everything you can remember. Do not judge it. Do not try to interpret it yet. Simply record it. A feeling, a color, a fragment of conversation, a bizarre landscape. Write it all down. This act does 2 things. First, It sends a clear message to your unconscious mind: I am listening. What you have to say is important. You will find, often within days, that your dream recall will improve dramatically. Second, as you read back through your journal, you will begin to notice patterns. These are what dream researchers call dream signs. They are recurring elements or anomalies that are unique to your dream world. Perhaps you often dream of a childhood home, or you find yourself unable to run, or you repeatedly encounter a specific person. These dream signs are your personal triggers for lucidity. Once you identify them, you can set the intention: the next time I see that house, I will know I am dreaming. Your journal is not a diary, it is an oracle. It is the map of your inner world. Step 3. The mnemonic induction technique. This technique, known as MILD, harnesses the power of perspective memory, the ability to remember to do something in the future. It is a method of planting a seed of intention in your mind as you drift off to sleep. As you are lying in bed, on the cusp of sleep, repeat a simple phrase to yourself like a mantra. Say it with focused, gentle intent. Tonight, when I am dreaming, I will remember that I am dreaming. But do not just say the words. You must feel them, visualize them. Bring to mind a recent dream you recorded in your journal. Imagine yourself back inside that dream. See the scenery, feel the emotions. Now, replay the dream in your mind, but with one crucial difference. At some point in the visualization, imagine yourself suddenly realizing it is a dream. See your dream self look down at its hands and say, "Aha! I am dreaming." Feel the surge of excitement and clarity that comes with that realization. Rehearse the moment of becoming lucid over and over until you fall asleep. You are programming your mind to recognize its own creation. Step 4. The wake back to bed method. This is a more advanced technique, but it is one of the most effective because it works with the natural architecture of your sleep cycles. Our deepest, most vivid dreaming occurs during rapid eye movement, or REM sleep, and these cycles become longer in the second half of the night. Here is the method. Set an alarm for roughly 5 to 6 hours after you go to sleep. When the alarm sounds, get out of bed. The key is to wake your mind but not your body. For 20 to 30 minutes, engage in a quiet, dream-related activity. Read a chapter from a book about dreaming. Review your dream journal. Meditate on your intention to become lucid. Avoid bright screens or stimulating activities. You want to enter a state of calm, conscious awareness. Then, go back to bed. As you lie down, deploy the mnemonic induction technique. Repeat your mantra. Rehearse your moment of lucidity. Your brain is now primed for REM sleep, and your conscious mind is armed with a clear intention. The veil between the waking and dreaming worlds is at its thinnest. This is the liminal space where lucidity is most likely to be born. These are not tricks. They are disciplines. Practice them with patience and persistence, and the walls of your perceived reality will begin to thin. The somnambulist's drift will loosen its grip, and you will take your first steps as a conscious explorer of your own mind. Phase 5. The proof the power of this practice is not a fantasy. It is a documented psychological phenomenon, studied in sleep laboratories around the world by pioneers like Dr. Stephen Lauberg at Stanford University. But its true proof lies not in charts and data, but in the transformative experiences it offers. Consider the archetype of the nightmare. In a normal dream, you are pursued by a terrifying figure, a shadowy monster born from your deepest anxieties. Your only instinct is to run. You are powerless, a victim in your own psychic theater. Now, imagine this same scenario in a lucid dream. The monster appears. The fear is still real. But this time, you have the spark of awareness. You know this is a dream. You know this creature is a part of you. And so, instead of running, you stop. You turn. You face the monster. And you ask it a question. What are you? What do you want from me? What part of myself do you represent? In thousands of reported cases, the result is astonishing. The monster does not attack. It transforms. It may shrink, or morph into something or someone else entirely. It may speak, offering a piece of profound insight into the fear it represents. It may even offer you a gift, a symbol of the strength you gain by facing it. This is not just a dream experience. This is Carl Jung's concept of integrating the shadow made real and tangible. The shadow is the part of ourselves we repress and deny, our fears, our insecurities, our darker impulses. By running from it, we give it power. By facing it with conscious awareness, we integrate it. We reclaim the lost part of our own soul. The nightmare monster was never an enemy, it was a wounded part of the self, begging to be seen. Lucid dreaming gives you the courage to look. This practice is the ultimate form of cognitive behavioral therapy. CBT teaches you to identify, question, and reframe your automatic negative thoughts. Lucid dreaming allows you to do this on the deepest possible level, to meet the very source of those thoughts in their raw, symbolic form. It is also the ultimate form of mindfulness. The goal of meditation is to achieve a state of non-judgmental awareness of the present moment. This is precisely the state of mind required to stabilize a lucid dream and navigate its wonders without being overwhelmed. The skills are one and the same. The Stoic Emperor Marcus Aurelius wrote in his private meditations, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." He was practicing a form of waking lucidity, a refusal to be swept away by the automatic currents of his mind. The logic is undeniable. Your waking life is governed by a complex web of subconscious beliefs and patterns. Dreams are the blueprint of this web made visible. By learning to become conscious within the dream, by learning to question, to stabilize, and to interact with that blueprint, you are fundamentally rewiring your own mind. The courage you learn by facing a dream monster does not vanish when you wake up. The clarity you gain by questioning dream reality does not disappear in the morning light. You are forging new neural pathways. You are practicing the art of being awake. And that art, once mastered, will bleed from your nights into your days, until the somnambulist's drift dissolves, and you find yourself living a life of conscious, deliberate creation. Phase 6. The call to action. Your journey into the inner world begins now. The unconscious is not just a personal reservoir, it is a collective ocean we all share. Its symbols are a universal language. So, in the comments below, I want you to share one recurring symbol or theme from your dreams. It could be an animal, a place, a color, or a feeling. Do not interpret it, simply offer it. Let us begin to map the collective unconscious together, right here in this digital space. If you are ready to stop sleepwalking through your one precious life, if you feel the call to become an explorer of your own inner cosmos, then subscribe to Ego and Echo. We are the cartographers of the soul, and this is our shared expedition. And finally, now that you have the tools to awaken within the dream, your next step is to understand the language of the world you will find. The figures you meet there are not random. They are archetypes, ancient patterns of the human psyche. Our session on Carl Jung and the Shadow, How to Confront Your Inner Monster, is the essential field guide for your first lucid encounters. Click the video on your screen to continue your journey into the deep. Awaken. The dream awaits.